Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a night point of view drive with this car. So here we have the all new Ford Kuga. So this is the third generation model, and as you can see here we have a beautiful design. It's much more emotional compared to the predecessor, and actually designers found out by the owners of the predecessor that they are ready for something new, for something more sporty and more emotional. So the car is wider and lower. As you can see here, we have a beautiful massive front grille. Here is the ST line trim, finished in this very cool lucid red color. And well, yeah, when you unlock it, you are greeted with this LED lights. Daytime running LEDs are here. And let me show you the side view of the car. So 9 centimeters longer than the predecessor, than the ST line trim. We do have this red brake calipers and diamond cut finished wheels. So these are the optional 19-inch, and you can actually get 20-inch as well, and the standards are 18-inch with the ST line. And moving on to the back of the car, here is where you are greeted with the new horizontal LED lights with this sort of like a 3D shape. And this looks very nice indeed. Look at this roof spoiler, sporty appearance once again. And of course I do need to mention the real exhausts. So look at those. It's a rare sight these days to see a real exhaust. EcoBlue hybrid. I will talk about the engine in a moment. So yeah, that's about it when we speak about the design. Tell me in your comments, how do you like it? And now, without further ado, let's go for a drive. Of course, this car does have the keyless entry, but now I already unlocked it. And look at this. So this is the special part that is installed here so that you don't damage your door, or other person's door or car or whatever. And here you are greeted with this digitalized interior. So let's step inside and let me show you exactly what do we have here. Alright, so very cool view here in front of us. This is a 12.3-inch digital cockpit, and you start the car by pressing this button here. So we are ready to roll. In front of us, as I said, digital cockpit, and then here in the middle 18 screen. This is standard, so this 18 screen does come as standard on all Kuga models. And let's start the drive. And today we have the mild hybrid diesel engine, so 150 horsepower one. It's a 2-liter diesel, and it's actually got the 48-volt electric system, which makes it even more efficient. And yeah, well, definitely a wise choice for this car, if you ask me. But there are actually various options available, but let's actually cover some figures of this model. So as I said, diesel mild hybrid, very efficient. Official number is 5 liters, so the consumption is 5 liters on 100 kilometers of that's official, but in reality around 6 is like a normal number. And well, yeah, what else can I tell you? 370 newton meters of torque, so a lot of torque. And 9.6 seconds is the time to reach 100 kilometers. Top speed 194 kilometers per hour, so I think more than enough for an average buyer. As I said, in front of us, digitalized cockpit and the infotainment here, but you do have the buttons for the AC, which is a plus for me. It may look a bit old school to see the buttons, but believe me, they are so much easier to use than the fancy touchscreens. Tell me in the comments, do you agree? And now we are departing. This garage is a huge one, as you can see, but now we will be at the exit very soon. And as you can see, this car is paired with manual. So this mild hybrid diesel actually comes strictly with manual. There's no option of the 8-speed automatic, but on the other engines you can have, of course, the automatic transmission. Now we do have the start-stop system. I will turn it off as I'm not a huge fan of that system, even though with this car it actually works pretty well. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. And so speaking about the other options, so this is just one of 5 options. So Ford really nailed it with this, because they claim that one size, you know, doesn't fit all. So that's a logical move. So they have the petrol version, normal one, diesel, classic diesel version, and then you also have hybrid and plug-in hybrid, and then this is the 5th choice, so the mild hybrid. Tell me in the comments, you know, what would be your choice. And I love this clicking sound of the indicator. It is a pretty relaxing one, and this drive should also be pretty relaxing one, because it's almost 1 a.m. and you know, the city is pretty empty. We are driving through my hometown Zagreb, and well, yeah, so this car does have the driving modes. Let's actually focus on them right now. Okay, so this guy is letting us go. Okay, so the driving modes, you change them by pressing this button here. I actually turned on this light so that you can see better. And when you change the driving modes, then also this digital cockpit is changing the, you know, whole layout and the colors. And speaking about this screen here, I don't know if you can see it, but we do have the 3D shape of the navigation. So very cool buildings around us. On my left you can see the National Theater here, and you can also see it in the navigation. Of course, not sure if you're able to see it right now, but it is a cool one. Anyway, moving on. So this is the eco mode. As I said, changes the layout on this digital cockpit. And then the sport screen is here, and actually the sport mode is my favorite, because in sport mode you do get better throttle response, of course, as always with the driving modes, but here you also have a bit stiffer, you know, steering, and that means, you know, it's more driver focused this way. So I would definitely, you know, drive it in sport. Of course, some people prefer to have light steering, so if you want that, you just go to some different driving modes. But as I said, bunch of driving modes: so sport, slippery, deep snow, sand, normal, eco, back to sport. And speaking about the, you know, driving characteristics of this car is actually you know, built on the new platform. It's the Ford's global C2 platform, which is 10% stiffer than, you know, the predecessor, and also this car is up to 90 kilos lighter than the predecessors. We all know that Ford makes driver-oriented cars, but with this one, you know, they really, you know, improved the very good model already. And actually Kuga has been sold in over 1 million examples around Europe, so definitely this new one should have success as well. Tell me in your comments, how do you like this layout? So we do have the sporty steering wheel with the flat bottom and red stitching, since we have the ST line. There are actually ambient lights here, so I don't know if you can see them on our left, then on the footwell, as well as on our right. You can only adjust the brightness of those, so you can't change, you know, the color. I would love to be able to change the color, but to be honest with you, with this ambient lights, you usually have them in just one color, so this is okay, I would say. And this main menu is nice, so 8-inch one. Maybe I would love it to be you know, a bit more leaned towards the driver, but it's okay. You can also, of course, pair your phone with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and that way you get, of course, the layout of your mobile phone. And then if we go to this home screen, you see that you can configure the things you have in front of you. So for example, radio station, navigation, and phone connection. But let's go back to the navigation screen. You can of course change the mode, so the night mode or the day mode. And then in front of us you can also change between, you know, different information. I will now put the calm screen. It's the layout where you don't have anything between the dials, and it looks, well, pretty nice. Let me also go back to the normal mode. With this blue, very relaxing indeed. And since we are now you know, stationary, I can show you this cool feature. So when you press this, you get the view from your front camera, of course, if the car does have one. And well, yeah, on this one you can see this can be very useful when you are parking. For example, I was now parked on a very tight spot, and you know, this was very useful indeed. Of course, you also have the rear view camera, and you cannot do this while driving, so probably now, yeah, go back to the navigation screen for safety reasons, obviously. And this car does have, of course, a bunch of safety systems. I can actually show you those somewhere here. So driver assistance, cruise control, speed limiter, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, traffic sign recognition, and rear view camera, blind spot monitor. We do have the blind spot monitor, but the town is empty, so if we will be driving with some other cars, you would see you know, the warning lights would be on. So tell me in the comments, how do you like it so far? What do you think about this new generation model? What do you think about the changes, you know, in design? And actually, let's talk about those changes right now. You can have different views of navigation. Anyway, let's talk about those changes, because designer team actually said that they asked the owners of the previous generation you know, what they think about the design and in which direction should Ford go, and they were all ready for something new, for something, as Ford claims, more emotional. And that is why we got this well, very emotional car in terms of design. So massive grille, wider, lower, so this all, you know, makes a very attractive car indeed. Tell me in the comments, do you agree with me? Some people even say that reminds them of the Aston Martin DBX, and I do agree actually. So there are some similarities in terms of the front lights and the massive front grille. And this manual is a very good one, as you would expect from Ford. So it's pretty short, it's very precise, and it is a pleasure to drive a stick. You know, most of new models do come with automatic transmissions, and as I said, it is available with the new Kuga as well, but not with this mild hybrid one. Let me change the driving modes once again to see the different views with the slippery mode. So this is the slippery mode, and deep snow and sand mode. That's kind of cool. Like the sand color on the screen. and the ride is pretty smooth. It would be even smoother, of course, with, for example, 18-inch wheels, which are standard on the ST line. But personally, I would probably go for 19-inch because this look very nice, especially with this diamond cut finish. But of course, if you want more comfort, 18-inch is the way to go. And if you go for the standard version, non-ST line trim, and then you would get 17-inch as a standard. So that's probably the most comfortable choice, especially since the ST line does get the sport suspension. Ford is also very proud of their Ford Pass app. So it's the app for your phone, and with it you can change various things. I mean, you can see the status of your vehicle, you can unlock it, you can find it on, for example, a big parking lot. So various things are available with this app. So that's always cool to have, especially since this new technology is getting better and better, and people want to have interaction with their cars through their smartphones, and that's of course the way to go into the future. All right, and now we got a car, actually another Ford, next to us, and I will try to demonstrate you the blind spot monitor. You see now it is blinking here, and if I were to turn on the indicator, then it would start to blink. So it's warning you that there is a car here. Don't do the lane change. Okay guys, so that was it. The new Ford Kuga 3rd generation looks much better than the predecessor, drives better, and also you have various choices of the engines. Tell me in your comments which spec and which engine would you choose. And thank you very much for watching this video. There will be an in-depth review of this car where you will see the whole infotainment system, where you will be able to see the trunk space and everything. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, well, thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.